It's been a long time since I had you guys.
Yeah, it's been 2 weeks now.
Yep, that was not what I wanted to do.
No, is this going to be on the Twitch?
It's always on, well, it should always be on Twitch. That's where I always put it.
No. Will anyone be taking notes of this? Nakima? Christopher?
Worst case scenario, you can always go back on the on my YouTube channel where I post these. If you want to relive the memories.
Alright, I shall go there. I shall keep that in mind. Alright.
All right, so there was a lot of stuff that happened last session, or at least a good amount of things. So after you guys fought the white bone demon, you guys came back and you had to process a lot of stuff on the grounds that you killed your mother, but in exchange you got Shafir back. Well, that's one mission easily taken care of. You don't have to go to Helheim. I've, unless you want to ignore Mokay's request.
We do have another soul we have to get from Helheim still. One more soul.
Oh yeah, there's one more person down there, isn't there? Yeah, yeah, he is still down there, ain't he?
Yeah. We still check out costs.
Wait, who?
He was since the person down there left down there counts as a beast. He's in Costa's domain apparently. The hunter god of hunting and of hunting and madness.
Oh, I thought you were talking about as I thought you were talking about Ollie. That was his name.
Oh, we're talking about it was that same the Hydra.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So we are talking
Yeah,
about the same person.
yeah.
Okay, good. What was his name again? There were a lot of people. This is why I write things down. Yeah, I was right. I still got it. But yeah, after talking with everyone else on the crew, you got Shafir's soul back to Asgard. At least that's where it's going. Um, Anon was able to get his crap together after talking with Grim, and after that, he got to talk to Nyx, the second person in this group that's talked to Nyx, and he got a level up for that. He just need followers, and then he can level up as a god as well. After you guys fought the White Bone Demon, Zapar was like, "Okay, so I want that soul, the White Bone Demon soul, and I know you guys are looking for this other soul, so I'll trade you each one. I'll trade you one for the other."
He's asking how do we get Shapir's soul to Asgard? Ramirez sent it
Oh,
through via Ramirez sent it back via Artemis. So that so
I'm looking at the bottle.
Artemis Artemis is currently sold back to Asgard while we are going to fight in the what's the place called again? I forget the
who
name
you?
for it.
You guys also met with. You regrouped with the conquest. So you guys. Um, so you're essentially ready to go.
I see. So we're leaving Helheim.
Well, you're not. No, you're not in Helheim.
Oh, then we're leaving. Where are we exactly right now?
You're at the southmost part of Lake Lugia. You just need to
Ah,
like. You're not at a place to leave. You just need to get some. You just need to go um to Kuyufa.
I see.
Okay, so I never actually did. All right. What's the last date I ever posted to you guys? I'm looking something up. While I do that, is there any last minute things you guys want to do before I just send you off to Kuyufa?
I want Vermilius in case there's a fight. Oh God. Actually, I don't think that's wise. Never mind. I'm not gonna have Vermilius do that. I was gonna have try to. I was go, to be fair, I don't think he can. I don't think he can. So never mind.
Are there any sharp weapons nearby?
Not that you're aware of. What would you
Okay then.
get?
Any weapon that I can grab? No, but seriously, bullet.
You don't need bullets for your special gun.
You remember you can rage and make more bullets. You get more bullets as you rage.
That is true. Yes.
Yeah, so you're fine. Um uh and purpose. You remember the lesson we went over the other week, right? The other week, right?
The what?
The lesson we had the other week.
The lesson. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Good. You have the paper you wrote everything down on.
I have to pick my what?
You have you have the paper you wrote everything down on. I should ask this beforehand. I forgot.
I'm sorry you came a bit garbled there, Christopher.
Do you have the paper you wrote everything down on?
Yes, I do. I do.
Okay.
The
Good.
paper.
Yeah. Okay. In that case, we're fine.
All right then.
All right. Date is the 6th month, 20th day, 194 ES year of Ragnarok. If you guys don't have anything else you want to do slash can do, you guys, I would say, what was the plan you told the conquest?
So, Nick, you want to since
He's typing,
Anna's
so
heading Anna's heading it. Yeah. Oh, okay. So the plan was we will go and talk to the other gods, and we'll try to convince them to talk away from the city, or at least some place where they want notice, where they want notice, the conquest and Romanus' echo ship, taking the citizens away. And if they do notice, then we go into all out battle if they notice, because
Okay,
of
cool.
course
I
that's,
got it.
yeah.
All right.
But Romulus will add to this, because Romulus will say that, um, we'll bring up to the group that Rufflet, who has who probably even has a sharper eye than he does, to be able to snipe us from that far, it probably has only gotten better. Or Romulus will say that. We'll bring that up to the group. That they had to go against Rufflet's perception, as well as that they will have to bypass Rufflet's perception. That's it.
I like. I'm glad you remember Rufflet's like sniper shot from so far
Yeah.
away. That was the funniest thing. That was one of the funniest things I've ever pulled on my players in terms of combat encounters. It's like you guys thought you were just fighting desert mummies and a ninja bird. Nah, you're also fighting a sniper, and you can't reach him.
The saddest part was that Ramirez probably could have reached him if he still had the other weapon, but now he doesn't.
Uh, maybe you probably could have reached him.
I mean, back then, running that fast was not an option. Probably can now, but eh,
It was still intentionally meant to be like outside of like crazy movement skills or just teleportation magic. You were not getting to this man.
yeah. Agron probably can, right? Agron Monk probably can now, but Ramirez without the teleporting trident can no longer get to him now. So I think right now on people who can get to him are Anon and Tessa. If anything goes down like that.
All right, so potentially. Anyway, so um, you guys will have to land your ship um a little distance away from the city, so you can walk there. Since you want the ship to be the one coming in later,
Yeah.
who
So
are you taking with you as far as the NPCs are concerned?
um so
Because you have Ecstasy, Brim, and Lemire, uh, Gamori, or whatever her name is, the Dragonborn, as some of your options.
we bring the God of War for a peace talk.
So who do you want to bring?
I think our best options would be our strongest contenders, um, are people who can are good at talking and charisma.
It's also the fact that we will. Well, okay. Let me say this character. It's also the fact that we need that we don't want to seem as an imminent threat to them as well. Right. You don't come to you. I don't think you come to a peace talk armed, right? I may be wrong. I never been to one.
Well,
Uh,
I
but
mean,
really,
you'll never tell the people that you're going to the peace talk to that you're armed.
I think we keep Ecstasy with the Conquest. I don't know how well she'll hold it together. Confronted with Shafir's murders. I was also going to say that. Also, on top of the fact that Ecstasy is the only one currently in your group that actually knows the city.
Right, well, that's one
That's
that's
true.
not going. Ecstasy is staying.
Yeah, it's this with conquest and helping people evacuate. Then, since she'll know every nook and cranny of the place.
I think what's his name could stay with her too, since he could run, like he can move around really fast.
Brim,
Yeah,
well, moving fast doesn't solely help with the evacuation. It would be nice to have.
I think Bram should come with us to stay hidden. I think Bram should come with us to stay hidden, so that they don't,
Okay,
so that he
okay,
doesn't.
wait. So, Chris, I want you to think about what you just said, and then consider who you're going up against.
Yeah, yeah, we're going against Rufflet. That's the thing.
No,
just gods
We're also
in
bringing another
general.
ninja. The other ninja who have better
no,
stealth than Bram. Huh?
no.
Just
No?
That's not it.
gods
That's
in
not the main thing.
Oh, not the
it's
main
gods
thing?
in general. Gods in
Who?
general who are god level, any ability, any perception, anything that they can see who's where.
Well,
So
I don't think they're better than us at every corner
I'm just
No,
saying,
but
like just in general,
in
that they
no.
have
But
general.
when
all
you
that
say God in the mix, stealthing anywhere is going to be
difficult.
Yeah, that's the word.
But I think so. I think Romelius is starting to get god level perception at this point, and Bram still has good enough stealth to. I mean, Romelius still can detect Bram, but even then, it's still pretty difficult at times for Romelius to detect Bram.
All right
It's
then.
not possible, but it's not possible. But Romelius can do it.
Being, I don't think Brim has any particular advantages when it comes to being a person who can be good at talking or even just a distraction in general. So I don't think he's going to be an asset with us. I feel like he'll be more of an asset helping people evacuate.
Okay, yeah, Cloud. Okay, so Cloud. Yeah, so that's a good point, and Cloud is there with them. We're just gonna look over to Bram. Hey, Bram, do you have high enough do you have high enough confidence in your ability to stealth to stay undetected?
I mean, if you're just asking me that, then yes.
Yeah, we don't all need to be undetected. Just you, so that they at least will. So at least we have something to hide in our disposal.
Now you just asked him, is he comfortable? Is he comfortable with just stealthing? Yes, he's comfortable with just stealthing. You left out the part that he's going to be stealthing around gods.
I thought that was I thought that was obvious.
Well, when you word it like, "Hey, how comfortable are you at stealthing?"
Okay, fair.
Pretty good, all things considered. When you add God into the mix, then the question is different. It's sort of like
Yeah.
saying, "How well are you at wading in water?" Pretty good. Okay, you're gonna swim in the Atlantic Ocean.
Okay, fair. Okay. Oh, so so does not say that, Nick? Oh, I
Uh,
think
my
so.
my idea
I
was
think
to
so.
get us in there without alerting the orcs. A direct interaction with the gods is unavoidable, I think.
Yeah, I think, like I said before,
Can
Brim's
anyone
best asset test is not in this conversation, not with the other people, not with the gods. Who else do we have again? Who
Glim-
else do we need to think about?
Glimmeria is the only one who's available.
Can
Who?
can I
What did you say? What name?
Glimmeria, she's the Dragonborn.
Yeah.
get that over
Oh, she can come with us.
with? All right. So okay, we're going to agree with Anna then in that case. All right, get there without orcs. we Jenny, I don't think we saw any orcs on the way up here, right? We don't see any orcs yet.
Could be
No.
useful in a fight.
Okay, could be useful in the fight. Okay, yeah. So Brim's definitely coming.
But I mean, I think Brim. Okay, fine. Brim can come. He just doesn't need to stealth. Because if we just automatically send him off stealthing and they find him, they're gonna be like, "Why are you hiding people? What are you trying to do?" And then we have a fight on our hands before we even try and start one. So I think he can come with us. He just doesn't need to stealth. He can sit back if he doesn't want to be on like talking immediately, but he doesn't need to be trying too hard.
Let's hope that our skills do not lead us to natural ones.
Yeah, because I mean, I have pretty good like charisma and all that other kind of stuff and perception. So I mean, if we need to talk to them, I think we can work something out. But as
Oh
far
yeah.
as trying to talk ourselves out of why we have a whole ninja hiding in the trees, nah, I don't think that's gonna go over well.
Are there trees in Cutha? Or in the desert, in this desert, in the small desert?
Um, no, there weren't.
Okay.
Hiding behind a cactus, like digging himself a hole and going under the sand.
He can't see me. He can't see me here. I'm invisible.
Yeah, not gonna work.
All right. Remains to agree with Anna in here.
All right. Anon's vote
It
was
could say
Bram.
three sides.
Now, who was War Lady again?
The girl that we met is the Dragonborn.
In the what? The dragon.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, the
All right,
goddess.
Jalen. That's what we doing.
All right, cool. So, like I said before, you guys would have gotten off the ship a while back before um, you were close to the city, just so that it's not, they don't see the ship first. At least that's what I'm assuming you would do.
By the way, is did they pass by the flying fortress? Is it still there? If they did,
Flying Fortress.
the flying fortress, the flying fortress they were gonna get earlier, but they had to leave they had to leave there to be repaired.
The
Oh
fortress
yeah.
wasn't flying the last time you saw it.
It wasn't flying. It wasn't flying. I'm just saying the flying fortress as a whole name, not I was flying. I'm saying it's still there in the sand.
You're not there yet.
I'm not there yet. Okay, so we're further out than that.
Yeah, because the point would be like if you want the ship to like be excavating people, I would imagine you wouldn't want them to know that ship exists. Unless again, is that something you would do? Would you want to go in with the
No,
ship?
nowhere close. I just thought that the ship that the other ship was far enough away for them not to see. Never mind. I didn't know this was that close.
Yeah, you would just park the ship so you can land it far enough to where you can't see the city, so they can't see you, and then you would walk the rest of the way.
All right. In that case, who's carrying her really? Oh, Reminisce just gonna get onto Anna and show her this
All right. When you guys do get close to the city, when you actually do get close to the city, something you immediately notice is that there is no sand. It's more akin to the grasslands of Valgrind. The parts that you guys would have seen after you left the World Tree territory. It's just
Okay.
grassland. No, no sand, no dirt, no sand dunes, no sinking holes. It looks like
Huh.
everything else. Looks like everything else around inside Midgard.
Looks
You
like they got a place ready for us.
you practically don't recognize where you guys are going. You almost for a minute think that you're going in the wrong direction, only for you to eventually realize that, oh yeah, Kuyufa's right over there.
Hmm.
there are some noticeable differences, or I guess you wouldn't notice them immediately because as you get closer, some of the changes are, as major as destroyed buildings to some destroyed buildings having like tarps covering them and some camps, some tents set up on the streets. When you actually go in, um, well, before you go in, there are like orc guards standing at the gateway, and as they see you guys come in, one of them like pulls out a javelin. In Does anyone want to do anything in response to the orc pulling out a javelin? You would be like 60 feet. 60 feet? Yeah, 60 feet away from them before as they're pulling it out.
Uh, should I escalate the situation by shooting him?
I'm gonna let your
But
friends tell
I don't
you.
see. I
about
don't
what purpose?
think he wants to escalate the situation.
Uh, when we pulls out javelin, is it like an attacking motion, or is it just like in like a bracing motion? Like
No, he's
how?
like pulling it out, getting ready to throw it if you guys get closer. It's a
All
whole
right, so
So like
action
he
for
is
Ragnarok.
going to attack us if we keep walking.
Yeah, but it's not like he's trying to like tell. He's not like trying to use words like "hold, stop there." No, he's just like, "Oh no, keep coming. Give me a
All
reason to
right.
shoot."
So I
well,
hold my head out and I say, "Is there a problem?"
I'm shooting the guy. I'm killing this person. I'm shooting him with a pistol. So I do have that one pistol there. I could say shoot him with the rifle, but yeah, I'm using the pistol.
You want to shoot? You want to shoot him, Purvis?
Actually, I'll give him a warning shot. You
You
gotta
want
be
to
civil.
shoot Purvis?
purpose, are you sure on this?
Mm.
I mean, you can go ahead if you're sure if that's what makes you do. remember,
If you want to shoot
remember,
him, go ahead.
allow.
But
Yeah, go ahead, purpose if you want to.
I'll just tell you, if he's attacking you, there's
Yeah,
nothing I can help you. We're trying to get past them, not make them our enemies.
yeah.
I will
So
preface this by just saying that. But do whatever
yeah,
you want.
can
You
we go
guys,
up? Don't,
I thought you guys were going in indirectly. Because
I
if you
mean,
were
this.
stealthing,
I mean,
I mean,
No, I'm
maybe
just
she
telling
acts.
Purvis he could do what he wants.
Yeah, maybe
But
she
I'm
acts.
saying that
I mean,
Maybe
this
she acts
guy.
before we do anything. Then it maybe she just goes out and acts. We're not gonna stop him out of character, but
uh,
but just yeah, exactly.
hey,
That's the goal. But maybe this is maybe she is a character, of course. So
you
yeah,
guys
hey
were.
buddy, I'm just gonna have to let you I'm gonna just have to tell you,
Oh, wait, wait, hold on,
whatever
guys, slow down,
actions happen.
guys, slow down. So you wanted to stealth in. I thought that was the ship's job to stealth in. You guys'
yeah,
job was to like walk in, talk to the gods, and get them away so the other people could like stealth in and do their thing.
Yeah,
Yeah, we're not stealthing, we're walking up.
we're walking. Oh, yeah,
this orc is making himself the path of least resistance here.
but we.
It's
I
not.
don't. I don't think. I don't think we should. I don't think we want to kill anybody though. I don't think we want to come in guns blazing to these guys. Killing them is like a direct act of aggression, isn't it? Killing someone's
Yeah,
actually
like
that's true.
at least for the orcs, they at least have the quote unquote grounds to shoot you because you're walking on their territory. You guys, if you shoot back, that's like I see. So you chose violence this morning.
Hmm. Mishi would
The whole
hold
Alright,
point of this was to stealth past the orcs to get to. I mean, like, wouldn't it make? I, I'm just asking out loud. Wouldn't it make more sense that you guys would have walked in to them and be like, to the best of your abilities, say like, "Hey, we're here to talk to the gods," rather than stealthing in
Actually,
And
yeah,
then,
that
and then once you actually do get them, and it's like, why did you stealth in if you just wanted to talk? Now we don't trust you. We
actually that's
trust you
true.
less.
All right, all right, all right. Purvis, do you want to shoot this person or not? Do you want to shoot at him or not?
After
Do
all this,
you want to go through with that plan? No? Okay, cool. Jalen,
okay.
I have my hand out and say, no harm. What is there something wrong?
Don't seem like they speak common.
Uh,
Okay, then I'm going to. Does message go between languages?
Is there any pets near him? Does he have a pet nearby him? A dog.
Jalen.
we're, we're, actually, maybe she can speak but she can speak Goblin. That
It does not count.
I know.
Jalen, does
I
message
heard.
go beyond
I
languages?
Valerie, I heard you. I'm looking it up.
Not can does comprehend language have the same? Yes, thank you. I know, Nick. That was my second question. I'm just a little frustrated with what's going on right now. Sorry, I did not mean to snap at you. I know. I'm looking at my list right now. Because we're not even that close to them, so having a full conversation like that wouldn't be the easiest thing. So I think message would be a little bit easier.
Ooh, how cold-blooded. No, I think not. I'm thinking of
Spell
calling off.
comprehend language doesn't helps you understand what they say, but it doesn't help
Yeah,
you translate what you're saying to them.
that's another reason why I didn't think that would work a whole lot. What about message?
Hold on, look.
Is
I
that
think message
again?
requires. I think message requires you two know the same language.
See, I want to make
Now,
sure.
don't have like you're sounding very pessimistic right now, Chris.
It's not pessimistic. I think that's actually the case. Maybe wrong.
Okay, let's see spell.
Ye of little faith, Jalen.
Okay, so it doesn't say that
Or
it doesn't message doesn't translate um the language you're speaking into their mind. You need to
Doesn't
spell
say
like tongues to like actually say something in their language.
doesn't say it doesn't though.
It doesn't say it doesn't, but the fact that it doesn't say it does would imply that it doesn't do that.
try going over and using a
All right,
gesture.
fine. I'll meet you. I'll fine. I'll do that. I'll meet you there. What if I do this really convincing show of like activity and that I like we mean no harm, okay?
I
Are you
will.
doing chirp chirp dance to the orcs?
Leave me alone. I have good performance. Shut up.
I was
Well,
gonna
you
say
still have.
persuasion.
Go ahead and roll persuasion, Val. It's up to you.
I love this. I love everything about this. Yes, yes, Purvis. That's what I'm doing right now.
Uh,
Oh no!
Really?
A
I hate
natural one.
that is
Oh no!
not good.
England,
Lord, Jesus.
Oh,
but
Um,
I would like to go over and use a gesture, trying to go over.
wait. I want to see. I want to see. I want to see the consequences of this first. Purpose. I want to see the consequences of this before everybody does anything else.
All right, let's see the consequences
performance,
of actions.
performance instead.
Good roll. Oh shoot! Look at that. That's a natural one itself.
Yeah.
Uh so essentially,
Sand got in my eye. I hate this.
so essentially, uh, it's that one episode of Family Guy where Peter's like, "I'm gonna go to a black neighborhood and say the N word." Comes back in King's Road. They respected me for saying it.
Love it.
That's essentially what happens.
So
You
so
say
bad.
something
So bad.
so
It.
offensive, so confidently that the orc holding the javelin looks back at his friend, who also has a stunned look on his face. And they're like, they look disgusted, but look back at you, this dragonborn, to whom they literally conquered their city. Puts back the javelin in his pouch, crosses his arms. They both cross their arms and like, yeah, okay, you got, all right,
You have
balls,
our attention.
I had balls.
Great.
They just they just stare back into the open past you guys, not giving a crap what you do next. You're free to go into the city.
We're just kind of confused, but what just happened? I guess we follow.
Can right. Oh, dang it, dang it.
I don't know what you did. I don't know what you did. Uh,
I'm gonna look at him and say me neither and keep walking.
So Gamir and
All
Brim are
right.
with you guys, yeah.
oh my god. Okay.
Glamiri does not comment.
Just now.
Chooses to remain silent for the better of the group.
Well, the funny thing is, I was gonna have Romeo suggest, "Hey, Lemire, do you not speak Orcish?" I was just about to say that. Ask that.
No.
Yeah, fair. Um,
Hmm.
All right. So like I said, when you guys go inside, you see a lot of destruction. Less so from the outer parts of the city and more. Well, no, there is outer damage. Um, and orcs are just casually walking back and forth as they carry giant bones and other construction works, just moving around trying to construct Kuyufa to their image. Once again, not really paying attention to you much. Um, and eventually, uh, no, you probably wouldn't see it. But yeah, you just see orcs around, all covered in their giant feathered tunics.
oh, so
Um,
no
can
people
we
at all.
Hmm.
do we? Yeah, can we see anybody from the city?
No, not
Can
walking
can
around. Not in
can
the
I
open.
can I can I roll perception to see to see if I have pick up any non orc scent.
Okay then. Go ahead.
Any non orc scent. Here goes.
All right, while he's doing that, can we? Is it how hard will it be for us to find the?
A 30.
Jesus. What was that, Valerie?
How easy would it be for us to locate the gods or where they are?
Um,
Now, is there any taverns
don't overflow me
nearby?
with question, guys. At the very
Okay,
least,
my
put it in the chat. You want to wave who on, Nick? Um, as far as tracking the gods, that's probably easier said than done. Passing. Want to wave them to
Mm-hmm.
follow. So you want the orcs to follow you? Oh, and by the way, Chris. Um, so aside from the orcs, you do smell the scent of bird. Since of bird folk around. One you're familiar with because you have to fight at least one of them.
Yeah, and Romulus actually did pick up Rufflet's sin as well, because he was actually in Rufflet's clothes before. You gotta remember that Romulus was in Rufflet's clothes.
Wouldn't it be funny if I told you Rufflet isn't here?
Oh god, that'd be even hilarious.
There's a distinct scent that he's here, but like that the bird scent is like you can tell that there's a minority of bird people here compared to the orcs. As far as non-orc people, aside from like what has been like weeks ago, you do know that it's coming from where you last remember the holding cell for um for the prison.
All right,
That's where the
so
other dragonborn synths are.
all right. Oh, so that's so
Non-orc.
Romulus picked up Dragonborn from that direction, right?
Yeah, in the holding cell.
Okay, so Romulus will lean over to Anna and whisper this to him. He'll whisper, so there are I'm picking up the scent of bird folk. I think this is weird. It's kind of like Rufflets. It's kind of like Rufflets scent. Uh, and also there's the scent of Dragonborn coming from coming from the holding cells. He'll just whisper that to Anna, and then that's it.
Oh wait, no, wait. If I want to get them to follow us, I could do another interpretive dance, or I have suggestion
Persuasion.
/ persuasion. I could do another interpretive dance.
And you have persuasion, not persuasion, suggestion, the spell.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
because
after a
apparently that's not working.
non-roll of an
So
8
if
with
I could, what? It's what, Jalen? I'm sorry.
no, I was gonna say with a non-rolling at 8 with a disadvantage on persuasion for the orcs to follow him and your merry group. Uh, ultimately, no. Part of it just comes down to like if you're just waving to them to follow you, they don't know who you are, much less what you're talking about. But more importantly, a lot of them are kind of busy doing their own thing. Uh, but Valerie, what were you saying? You had
So
you want to do interpreted
I could
dance
either
plus magic.
do another interpretive dance, or I have the spell persuasion or suggestion. It's called suggestion.
Suggestion, I believe, only works for like one person, which I'm not saying you couldn't do. You couldn't convince the mask to do what that one person says, but you're gonna have to find the right orc.
All right, fine. Interpretive dance it is.
Persuasion with
Persuasion.
persuasion
Got
with
it.
disadvantage.
It's a disadvantage roll.
Yeah.
Does it cancel out because I also have advantage on these rolls?
Where did you get advantage from?
I just get advantage on persuasion. It's one of my thingies.
You get advantage or proficiency.
Oh, proficiency. That's different. Okay, fine.
Okay.
There's a different. /20 plus 10 d5.
All right.
Why? He's hurting so much.
Still kind of look over to you in this form of like, what is going on over there? Who is this strange person? Continue to go about their day.
Oh, my highest roll.
They just look at they just judge you from a distance.
Judge you silently.
Uh, Fine, whatever. I tried it. All right. Well, you said our next thing. Wait, Can I get at least one to follow us then? Maybe two. It is 12. It's not like less than 10. Complete fail.
No,
We're still,
you're right,
at
but
least,
at the
at
same
least we're still
time,
going to the. We're still being led somewhere. We don't know where we are being led, but we were being led somewhere.
it's like
We're not
one of
being
those
led
cases of
anywhere.
like,
Yeah.
who are you and what are you doing in our city? The only reason like none of them are like harassing you is because you are in their city in the first place. And considering you're not drenched in blood, they would assume you were let in. So if nothing else, you're not hostile or frets that need to be dealt with.
All right, fine. I'll take that. Then you said it wouldn't be impossible to find the gods here.
No.
All right, Romilius, track them, I guess.
Uh, okay. We're in. So you see, so none of those sensors that sensor mill is directly recognized, right?
Yeah, and also you can just sense the difference between like normal bird people and gods.
Oh yeah.
It leads you to the place where Shafir was staying at.
It says Shapir's Palace. Uh, it says Shapir. They're at Shapir's Palace, which is kind of obvious when we think about it, honestly. Um,
So yeah, away we go.
are we being led to Shapir's Palace already? Was that where the orcs were leading us to?
No, the orcs weren't leading you at all. No one led you
Oh, they
into
were.
the city. You just
Oh, they
walked
just led us to the
in.
city and went back in.
Hmm?
They just let us in. I don't know where you got that we were being. They just let us in. We aren't
Okay.
being led anywhere.
All right. So we're minutes points away. Uh, we're just you. Oh, you already know the Witch's Castle, so let's just go.
All right,
He
cool.
just lets us know that we're going to Shafir's castle.
All right, cool.
Away we go. Alon Z.
All right.
Oh,
So when you do
we.
actually get when you do actually get to their palace, you will notice that the once training grounds that Shafir used to train up and coming soldiers is now replaced. All the training dummies, and all the training equipment have been replaced by what seems to be a shaman's uh, camp, living quarters.
Oh, actually, Ramillis will whisper to the group. Do you think that we should leave Bram to take care of take care of the orc somehow, so that it won't cause a ruckus when the others are being taken, the others are being saved.
I think him trying to fight a bunch of orcs by himself isn't going to end well anyway.
I mean, I'm pretty sure Bram could slowly take out each of them. We've seen what Bram is capable of.
That's up to Bram.
Bram, because Bram is with us. Bram, do you think you could take on all these orcs by yourself,
You're talking
one by
about
one?
a city full?
Huh?
You're talking about a city full of orcs?
Exactly.
Okay, fair,
Romilius.
Or like
very fair,
The
or like
whole
specific
city
sect
of
of them?
orcs.
He's just one elf. Don't
fair.
see it. He needs an army. We to
We're
go.
not. He's not the god here. We are. We're Loki baby gods, not him.
I don't know. I bet the Brim. Maybe too much faith I'm seeing. Hmm.
Hmm. All right. So, what do we? So you said we saw this camp. Where are the guys themselves?
They would probably be in the palace if they're nowhere else.
Yeah, that's what really said earlier. Their palace, Shapir's palace.
I mean, when we walked up, they
Oh,
were just like
we're not
that.
we're not in yet. We're just in the courtyard.
I will. We could go up and knock on the door. I guess.
Well,
Like,
that's what I was
hey.
trying to explain to you because where the training ground was is this shaman temple place. It's sort of blocking your not blocking, but it's like it's in the way of the entrance. And what I was gonna say was that when you guys actually get close, the orc shaman will like come up to you guys and like stop you, poking you with this stick that has like a weird uh top part. It looks like a crescent outcropping from the top of it, and they're like nagging you an orc, like why are you? You get the impression of they're basically saying like, what are you doing? Don't get too close. This is holy ground or something along those lines. If any of you speak orc, um, that's the only impression you get.
I don't think any of us speak orc is an issue.
Kid, I could do comprehend language. Do I dare
It's
I mean, at
interpret
this
this?
point, comprehend language would be a good idea because you don't because it's probably just as important to know what they're saying versus reciprocating your response.
I will do comprehend language.
Okay. When you do that, this female orc, this old orc woman has essentially been saying, "You better be
What?
lucky. You better be lucky I haven't whacked you with a stick. Who are you anyway? Where did you come from?"
Can I, based on what I'm hearing, crudely draw out in the sand a that she might understand?
Um, yeah, just roll. I guess intelligence check.
Oh man, right, right. The one stat I never actually worry about. But I have paper. All right, don't worry about it, Nick. Don't make this harder than it needs to be. Shush, shush. It needs to be. I have paper. I can just do that. Yeah. Wow. That's all. Really? Wow.
Ooh,
Really?
yeah.
that's a natural 20.
That upsets
So
me so
essentially,
much.
you
I will
three.
then explain to them what we're doing. Explain to them why we're here. Have like just in the nicest way. Tell them we respect their land. We respect their holy place. We just need to talk to the gods. All that good stuff. We mean no harm.
So essentially, from here on out, you're able to talk to this shaman woman just by drawing.
Great.
I mean, sand, dirt. The point is, she got a natural 20. I don't care. But like, just talk. So from here on out, you're the only one who can talk to her. But just know that whatever you say is in like in universe drawings. So just talk to her normally.
Hi. We didn't mean to disturb you guys. We are just looking for some people that we need to talk to. We have reason to believe they're back there in the palace.
Oh, these are some nice drawings.
Oh, thank you. I practice in my spare time.
Like, unfortunately, nevertheless, I can't. I'm not going to let you in. On, only shamans and anyone the gods ask for are allowed to come in here. And you're strangers, so you have less of an ability to just waltz in here whenever you want. I'm giving you a warning.
Oh, thank you. We know we mean no disrespect. We we just need to speak to the gods. If you can tell them to come out here, maybe. Or
I don't tell
I
the
mean,
gods what to do. The gods tell me what to do.
Okay. I'm not sorry. Excuse me. Not tell them. We could if you could just let them know we're here, ask them to come speak with us. Uh I would love to have a tour around this place. This place looks beautiful. Um not again, I'm not telling you to tell the gods what to do, but we've just the only reason we do need to speak with them.
Roll persuasion with advantage. Yeah, because your
With
drawings are
sword
so great.
advantages, tell them our names. Tell them our names. Yes, our names are. Insert the team name we decided on before. Um,
Our actual name, not our team name.
we can. I'll say that, and then I'll say I am so and so. This is so and so. Yeah,
Hey, Valerie, roll persuasion with advantage.
disadvantage.
Advantage.
Nice,
Because your drawings are so great.
love it. 2020. ADV. Mm, mm.
Um, the shaman takes her like slender fingernails and scratch her chin. Hmm. I guess it wouldn't hurt to ask. Wait here.
Thank you. Do
She
the
like
whole bow my head. Thank you. Thank you.
she
Respect.
she goes into the building. A uh couple of minutes pass before she comes out, and she just walks out, leaving the door open, going back to whatever she was doing before.
So guess that means we can go in. Actually, I'm gonna wait. I wait 2 minutes. If nothing happens, can we go in? Or
Two,
I'm gonna say that I'm a walk step
one
one
minute would
step further.
pass, and the shaman will look up. Well, don't be rude. I mean,
Okay, all right.
I guess comprehend language would
Uh,
faded. Point is, like she would just wave her hand, like, "What are you doing? Why are you standing out here? You're getting too much sun on your face. Go get in."
really?
But yeah, you guys would walk in,
I,
and it feels emptier in here because there are no like servants inside this place. Um, they don't you don't get any instructions on where you need to go, but you would imagine that the best place to look is where Shafir had her office or her living quarters. So when you guys actually do walk through this sort of eerily empty place, you actually run into the first orc, a female um, that seems to be a seems to be wearing a sort of incomplete desert attire piece of desert attire with a knife sort of visibly strapped to her side. She turned she like she almost runs into you guys when um yeah, she kind of almost runs into you guys stopping to look at all of you.
I
Huh.
wave and show her my pictures. Well, no, I don't show her my pictures. I draw high.
She speaks in common.
Oh,
Hi.
well, good. You're the
She
first
just
person we've been
she just
able to
says hi.
talk to this whole day.
Hmm. So you're the ones who wanted to talk to us.
I nod slowly.
What was your names again?
Well,
Starting with uh,
well, this is Anan, Amarmelis, Tessa, and Meshi.
Hello there. I am Nishi. How are you doing, Miss? I extend a hand.
She, she just she like looks at her own hands, looks at yours, extends it but doesn't grab it.
like, is this what we're doing now?
I try to go over and grab the hand and say, it's like a handshake.
You grab
Very
her hand and she tries to like flip you over, make an athletics check.
Oh God. Ah.
athletic check. Ooh,
Meshi's legs is insane, by the way. Let's see if it's actually a good roll.
She,
excuse me a moment. I'm gonna just go over and frick. Okay, now let's see. Athletic. Come on.
You should have a plus 13 to athletics purpose.
All right.
What kind of nonsense is that?
All right. Let's
I
see.
think, well, man,
Athletic.
right.
Athletic. No, that roll 1d20 plus 5. Okay.
You have expertise in athletics. It's plus 13. You add proficiency bonus twice.
All right. Plus
Talking
13.
about a rose ain't even worth $4.10 a gallon to drop. Oh,
Almost.
the
You've got the
truth.
space in between the one and the L.
But yeah,
Oops.
I'm going to, well, you gotta retype it in and enter. So just copy that and then
Just copy paste.
yeah, there,
There it is.
there's all that happens that Mishi just successfully does a handshake and there's like a genuine surprise and then Anon mentions like no that's not a friend, it's just a handshake. Oh, oh, my apologies on that. You would think I would be better. I'm not you. I'm still not used for. I'm still not used to interacting with so many gods at once. It's only been a.
Hey, that's fine. You know, it gets the better of us. It's not exactly something that people get used to.
Yeah, right. Can never get really used to these things.
It's a new
Well,
experience. Enjoy yourself.
well, let's get this over with. I'm sure you're not just here for pleasantries, and I don't think Rod likes the idea that there are more gods here.
Hmm.
It'll be one big happy family, maybe.
No,
She,
it's like a lovely place.
she
That
walks She walks you guys to Shafir's bedroom, and the whole place is. I don't know if you guys been in Shafir's bedroom, but whatever it
Really
was, it's
fast.
not that. Hmm?
We're really snuck in once.
Yeah, it's completely different. Everything that, other aside from like the floorboard and the floors and the wall colors, everything is gone. Now it's just this sort of fur coats hanging on racks, weapons adorned across the walls, a whole a whole a whole pellet strapped to two poles. It's a whole hunter's lodge in here.
Reminis, is there any hint of Shafir Saint even in here anymore? I don't think there is, but that will that way bother Romilius a bit.
not without getting a huge whiff of this orc man, this whole scent of orc testosterone.
Oh god. Remember this. Remember this kind of this. Remember this whisper. This isn't. This isn't. They completely erased almost. They completely erased almost every sign of Shapir from here.
It's okay. We're not here to turn it over in a night. We are here to get. We're here to take baby steps.
When you guys actually get in, um, you you see this orc man with a giant sword on his back turn to you. He has a rag of an eye patch covering one of his eyes, and of course the traditional scarred body and all that.
Is it cloud size? A cloud size sword, like Buster
Uh,
sword size?
it's a berserk sword.
Yeah.
I don't want to deal with more gods. Please tell me this. They said they were the only ones. Why are I? This is not a tourist trap.
Hey! We're not here on tourists. We're not here visiting. Here on official business.
Remember this will lean over to Anna and whisper. That sword is really cool.
Whose business?
Uh, I kind of hesitate and like look at Dodd and then like humanity.
Anon says ours. Okay, this one's gonna be awkward. He turns to Anon and acts like, so you're not with, so you're not with the bird or the cat.
Shake my head. Nope.
Oh yeah. We know them. We know them though. We had a wait cat.
You have a cat, yeah. I would.
wait wait cat. Wait who's the cat?
No, for business here actually. Uh, Cloud is a tabaxi, just as a reference.
Oh, Cloud was the back. Okay, I thought Cloud was a I thought Cloud was the Genasi. Okay.
Oh,
No, that was her disciple.
Okay.
See, is Cloud a god?
Oh,
Yes, Cloud's
then
a god.
never mind. Then I forgot. I forgot. I draw this.
Hmm.
All right. So with that happening, um, oh oh thank the blade on my back. I was afraid
So
I was gonna have to deal with more of you.
so you're not a fan of them.
Uh, it's complicated.
I hear.
sounds like it.
So what exactly is your business? Is it, or I guess let me rephrase the question. Because you already said like your business is with the other gods. So
I nod.
I, if you want their attention, they're not here at the moment. They're scouting the land, probably arguing amongst themselves. I had to get back to my people
When do you think they'll be back?
soon. I think
Hmm.
it's still a head aching discussion. about how all this is going to work.
Right. I guess we can wait here until they get back.
And what makes you think I'm just going to let you sit around and do nothing?
We would love to pay homage to your guys' beautiful uh shrine here.
I would be flattered if you were mortals, but you're gods. That's not something you just do. We could keep the headache away if we melt them elsewhere. What?
He's Can you point us to where they might be then if we can't stay here?
Uh, the the female orc kind of mentions he's he's not serious. He has he has more manners than that. You come on, you can't just give away my intimidating visage. That's the whole point. That's the whole point. They're
I
gods.
think
They're gods
if you
too. They're not. They're not gonna just be easily scared of your intimidating tactics.
hey if it helps you feel better, I think you look pretty cool.
Yeah, I was very much respected. You know, wanted to respect you
I
and
wish I,
your presence.
I need one of you to roll persuasion check.
I'll leave that to Val. Val,
Yeah.
my persuasion is -1 because
I mean, I'm doing horrible on them today,
or
but
or
you
or
know,
or Nick can since Nick also says and I did say it and I did say it and I did also say it. I think we all call him cool. We're all just fawning over this one orc.
Oh wait, no, that's not it.
17.
uh, close enough 20. I like it. Good enough. Solid.
Hold on, wait, what's
Crashing
this?
down the mountain of the town. Warlock, what do you do? I cast invisibility. They'll never see it. No, you want them to see it coming. They're innocent townspeople. Statistically speaking, the more NPCs that die, the higher probability one of them. I
Is
mean,
it
that's
for all this people?
Well, if you just assume that's good enough, it's solid.
Remenis will
It's a solid roll.
look over to Tessa and say, you know, I can just track them
treat.
if need be.
The spells.
It should be too hard. Unless the guy is trying to say hit and their scent is fairly
Right?
easy to pick up.
Because they're going to be trying to run away. They're going to be like, oh no, it's a mole.
Sniffing them out lead us here.
Hold on. There was something I wanted to. Okay, here we go.
And if you're going to call me cute,
Do that. I'm going to go all the way here. Press that. Bold of you to assume that was good. That's good enough. For the assignment, just watch that video real quick.
Duh.
See, I did see the video. Let me see.
and if you're
Thank you. Aw. So sweet. Aw.
Okay, but anyway, so um you can wait for them till they get back. In the meantime, at least tell me what your business is with them.
We. How do I explain that?
Okay, so first off, never mind. I'm gonna let Nick handle this, and I handle this then.
While we
Since
wait for Nick to type
Alright,
out his response, did you guys
yeah,
watch the second video I posted?
I was like, I already watched the second video. I didn't watch the first video. I've seen that video before.
that second one is well animated, but it's kind of it's it makes me uncomfortable compared to the first one, which is not animated at all. But I feel like it's a bit more
Stop.
wholesome.
Stop.
That gets me every time. Oh my god. Man, Nick, you know what would be faster if you could speak?
Let him hang out with his family.
He's not hanging out with his family. Okay, we left Asgard behind. We want to discuss joining forces with them. We're aware of a plan of another uh, series of gods to assault Asgard. They might want a piece of the action. Uh, he kind of says like, of course you did. Of course that's what you want. You want to talk to them. God, godlings these days can't build up their own pantheons from scratch. Not that I blame you. And to be honest, it's not like that's something people just do. Why do you always gotta sound so smart about it? I am the mastermind between us. I don't appreciate that joke. But anyway, as you guys like talk, you guys feel a gust of wind blow through the place. Um, as you guys turn around, you immediately hear the of air pressure flow out of a once masked tabaxi woman staring at you guys. Shit.
Ooh,
Man,
a fellow tabaxi. I approached the person.
This is Cloud.
I was saying we know Cloud. It's like, hey, Cloud.
So you're a oh wait, what?
This is Cloud.
Cloud.
Just know that we know. Hey,
Can I roll to see? We're just gonna just instinctively look around to see if he sees the ninja bird immediately.
You can roll a perception check. This is not with
Perception.
advantage because you're using your sight.
I use my sight because Reminis would not think to use the smell immediately, so it makes sense.
I don't know about that, but okay. Just looking around.
No, no 29.
Yeah, it's 29. He's not. You don't see him.
You don't see him, okay? Yeah, I don't see him. That doesn't mean he's not there, but that
No,
doesn't mean he's
no, you're fine. You're fine. He's not up there.
okay. If he was better than that, then there's no chance of me finding him anymore.
ever.
So basically, Cloud, after she like cursed under her breath, so I could. You. It wasn't enough to repel me the first time. You had to come all the way back here to what? Tickle me?
No, we don't want to have a tickle. We just need to have a conversation with you and the other guy.
I sneak behind them and begin to tickle them.
I like how Anna flirts with. May she? Okay.
Don't tempt me. I will specifically say I'll look at the other two while they're doing like I'll be like, I'm not looking to have a tickle fight with you. Just saying.
Very well.
Now you'll have to talk with the other two about whether or not
Wait, those your gods now?
Yes, we're God. We have become God.
A little bit.
Yeah, yeah, somewhat.
You gotta be kidding me.
No,
You
we're
guys,
not.
you guys
Yeah,
hear? Oh wait, I get to use this now. I get to use this. I think it's quite interesting. As you guys, the world around you begins to distort, and in walks two bird people. One is Iki, uh, the one who,
Ninja.
no,
No.
Iki's the one who trapped you in that infinite Tsukuyomi.
hated that. Hated that. Hated that. Hated that. Ugh.
You know, the loop where Anon was a servant, Agaron
Oh.
was sleeping with uh, a chiller out ecstasy.
God.
Hey, you make me a cook.
But there's a second one that's more covered in golden armor um, that you guys have never seen before.
I'll squint and be like,
There's
I know you, but I don't know you.
every time he like takes a step, sand like gets dusted off his armor, but you never know where it's coming from. Ah, so these were the people you were talking about, brother.
That's your brother? Always travel in pairs?
I don't think I understand what you're referring to.
Well, I mean, do you always just hang out with your brother?
That's right. The Iki kind of Iki's sitting. Iki is just watching you guys, and he responds with, "Not if I can help it. Doesn't matter. Either way. So you actually were able to become gods. I'd say I'm surprised, but when you were in the World Tree, when you're in Midgard, it's not really. It's not hard.
I mean, I kind of like looked out. It's like, well, I wouldn't call it easy.
So you've come all this way, and for what? To rub it in our faces?
Why are you mad at them? Don't answer. We need to talk to you guys.
Oh, you think so? Because you're gods, you think you can just come into our territory and just talk to us? You hear Ront, the orc with the eye patch, say, "Let's be clear. We haven't confirmed anything about this being your territory." Of course, of course. Still on the table, like we said before. Point is,
Hmm.
we're here. The point is, you can't just come in here expecting to just talk to us. You're far from on our level.
Right.
Come on, brother. They were they came all this way just to speak to us. It's only right that they as since they did attain godhood, they at least have the they at least have the they at least should be given an audience. A word. Let's hear him out. This is why I can't take you anywhere. Fine, we'll hear you out. The cloud is in the background. I'm not listening to anything they have to say. I'm sure that I'm sure whatever they're here for, it's only going to be a pain in my side.
Come on. We weren't that our interactions weren't that bad.
You have the power of a you have the power of dragons coursing through you, and you were able to match me in strength. I can't say that's something I can easily forget.
I'll say fair enough. But
Anon's typing.
we just we just have news.
Anon is typing. Tensions in the air. Sand continues to fall off of the golden bird, while Iki flips through his magic book.
Out of character. Just as a side part between my other people here. I think it's kind of interesting that there's a little power struggle between the orcs and the gods. Who's
So what do you
controlling
mean
the
by
land?
interesting?
Hmm?
What do you mean by interesting?
I just think it's interesting.
You're upset with us for being a good match for you? I'm upset that a dragon fought it with I'm upset that a dragon fought you anywhere near worthy to be given a fraction of the power and was able to match me. I've wrestled with dragons before, and what you were able to do was something I've never seen before. She said wrestle specifically, but you can assume, but it's not directly stated that she killed dragons. But yeah, you know, wouldn't be the wouldn't be the first time. The point was that she was saying that she's fought dragons before, and what you guys were doing um was like nothing she's seen before, especially or at least to the extent of what dragons would be willing to give someone. Oh, I was just trying to say like um she's just insinuating that she's fought dragons and she knows the kind of power dragons have versus what they are willing to give to others. What you guys have is crazy. This actually prompts the golden bird to say, "Oh yeah, they do have the mark of dragons on them. They're different from what I've seen. And what of our dragon? Another another foe I had to fight. But enough of that. I'm clearly outnumbered here. Between in letting you leave with your life and letting you talk. So speak. You've earned that much. All right, the floor is yours, lads. All the gods in Kuyufa are here.
So just go to tirade of what's been going on. Keeps talking like from start to finish.
Ramírez will speak to his echoes to talk to the conquest just keep them up to date. That's it.
Cool.
So like there was so like our companion there, she like got she kind of made a deal with what's his name, and then that happened, and then we found his girlfriend, and then she got like something happened with her, and then we went climbed the world tree, and then we found these people that have this coffee shop.
Wait. What are you doing?
Why are you telling her this?
What are you doing? Stop! Hey, Unime!
Stop what you're doing.
Mad. He's gone mad,
Going
folks.
from
Hunter.
the bottom, everything. Not
Well,
really though.
okay, but no, like, what do you guys want to say? Their, you have their ears.
You have their undivided attention.
Ramírez isn't the one who does the talks like this. So
Yeah, it's like this is all Nick. So
yeah, this is you, Nick. You're you're
Nakima.
you're, you're the one with the closest connection to Cloud. You got this.
I didn't prepare for this.
I didn't prepare for that.
Go, go home.
You asked for
I
this. You
can
got. You're in. You're the golden boy, Nick.
crack your knuckles, get typing.
No, I can talk.
If you want Ramírez to talk, Ramírez will talk, right? If no one else will, Ramírez will talk.
I'll talk
What are
as
you
well.
trying to say?
But if
I
I
mean,
do talk, I'm going to be causing chaos.
so in the plan, who? So I guess we would have talked about this. Who was going to be the one to talk
Only one?
in this? Ramírez can talk if you want him to, but
I
Nick?
can try to get, because the whole point of this is to buy time, right? We're not actually trying to talk about anything, right?
yeah, we're trying to buy time, but we're also trying to get them away from the city because oh crap, we have orcs to deal with now. Though so that's an issue.
Oh yeah, actually, I'll start there. Well, listen, there's a
Who
way to get to.
runs this? Who runs this uh temple here? Just out of curiosity.
What temple? This is the DM asking.
Say you're looking for mom's glasses. Oh yeah,
No, the didn't you say there was
they're
like a
not in this
shrine out
bag.
front?
Yeah, but that was like, is that what you're referring to?
Yeah, okay, yeah. I was
Because
like,
where you, because where
who
you
takes care
currently
of the
are,
shrine?
because you currently are in Shafir's
Speaking
like
with
old residence.
It's not right. Yeah. So who made the shrine out
The shaman. Shaman was the one who made it. It's for the orcs.
I think it's really nice that you guys are sharing your land with them.
But Nick, what did you want to say? Oh, they're not. They're not sharing. Or at the very least, it's like it's still complicated. But Nick, what were you gonna say?
He's doing something right now.
no, it's okay. I'm gonna say, listen, whatever hard feelings you hold against us for whatever your reasons, I told you from the beginning, even back then, nothing against you. We never intended for you to be our enemies. We had different goals. But that doesn't mean we need to have animosity towards each other.
Did you really come all this way just to say that?
No, I came all this way because, well, frankly, Shafir died. We wanted to know what happened. There's a whole host of refugees back at the World Tree, and we're trying to figure out the situation. We heard that there were orcs involved. We heard that there were gods involved. Well, frankly, your name is the one that came to the top of that list. And now we're here, and things are not what we imagined they'd be. What is going on between you and the orcs? Are you allies? Are you what is happening?
So the golden dusty bird folk brings uh comes up. Allow me to explain. So what this whole situation was is a collaborative series of coincidences. This area, at least for me and my brother Iki, want to want to expand our borders from the southern desert in Vanaheim or the northern desert, depending on how you're looking at it. Point is, the desert of the Blue Dragons. We want to expand our territory, our reach, just so we can get more followers and what have you. We landed here because we saw that this place was pretty good when it comes to not being associated with dragons, and also considering the fact that it had some deserty aspects to it. Although that kind of disappeared after the dragon was killed. We've joined forces with the orcs since they wanted to take over Kuyufa, and Cloud came along with us because she also had a similar interest. So here we are.
So this is going to be your land then.
We're hoping for that. But of course, the problem now is that the um, Rontier wants to claim Kuyufa as his city, since apparently it was Shafir's power that was making the whole place a desert, which made living, which made the orcs' homeland harder to live in. Now that he has this homeland, he's free from Shafir's regional effects, and now he and his clan can move more freely. However, the problem now comes in the fact that we want to take more pieces of this land, and with
Right. So
three
you're
different
going to let the orcs take it back for them then, so
Let
that they
him
can have
finish his
better land.
sentence.
You're right. I'm just curious.
Ron, Ron basically said is I'm not going to let another group of overpowered or deity-like beings make it harder for my people to live. You said that you wanted to make this place more like the Southern Desert. I literally just got rid of a dragon that made it so. Ironically enough, such a dragon actually is came from that desert. So I'm surprised I'm still letting someone from the desert, not part of the desert, Earth, try and take this land. And that's where the problem lies.
Yeah,
Mm.
doesn't really seem like that was very well thought out.
Oh no, it was definitely thought out. It was just more of a series of disagreeing outcomes. The one thing
Just
that
let
was
them.
keeping us all from getting this land has been removed because of our combined efforts. So ultimately, win-win.
Dude, Nick, let them start fighting amongst themselves. Win-win.
No, no, no. Well,
Cloud
enough about
Cloud brings up.
attacks.
Sorry, my bad.
No,
The
no, go
Cloud,
ahead.
the Cloud was gonna
I
bring
want to
up
hear it. Cloud.
not not much of a win-win situation when I have to do when we're over here trying to figure out how all this is going to be put together. I'm just saying that it would be nice if we had more people in our pantheon. I'm not joining your pantheon. I literally, I am quite literally the god, the chief goddess of my own pantheon, and I'm not giving that title up just because some foreigners want to expand their territory. Ron basically
Do you want to
says,
join ours?
Cloud, you're asking Cloud?
No, I'm asking the other two because at this point she's already made it very clear that she doesn't want to give up that title. So now
So,
I'm going
so
to
when you
try
said
to
the other
use
two,
some psychology.
are you referring to the orcs or the birds?
The birds.
Okay, proceed.
Yeah, no, that's all I'm gonna say. I'm just gonna leave that there.
So you're asking birds you want to join ours.
Mm.
Iki like slams his book. Appealing offer, really. But we're already here under the orders of our own chief god. And
Oh, too bad.
and unfortunately, unless you want to commute all the way to the desert and bolster our forces, then unfortunately there will be no union between us.
It's
Unless
unfortunate. Oh, I see.
unless you want to be the ambassadors representing us. The orc basically, Ron basically says, if they're going to be ambassadors of anyone, they might as well be mines. They're native to Midgard, and thus I don't see why they would work for you. It's because they're native that they would make better ambassadors for us. Here, that's a pause. You guys can go.
Yeah, no, that's fine. Listen, I'm not really concerned with what the earth looks like under my feet. I came to godhood on a mission. Unfortunately, reaching godhood wasn't everything we expected it to be. So now, like you, we're looking to gain power. And it seems that quite soon there might be a power vacuum. A pretty sizable one, if you're catching my meaning.
The whole room is filled with a silence. Uh, so it's a war you're looking
Unfortunately, we were dropped into the hands of a war, or vice versa, whichever you prefer. We aren't really sure which side of it we're on. Asgard gave us our godhood, but shortly after, they pretty much gave us the cold shoulder. I am literally related to one of the lieutenants of the opposing force, but let's just say everything's not quite gelled there. I came to godhood because I wanted to help the people beneath the godhood. I wanted to stop with the seeming apatheticness of those sitting above. Now, it's all a matter of damage control. So, if we were to join any of your forces, what would you do to that effort?
for. All right, so I'm gonna go through each one, then they'll explain their proposition for like what they want. I bec- I cl- I took on the trial of a godhood in the of the world tree because I wanted my own pantheon for the orcs. For a long, long time, the orcs have not had a god represent them in any capacity, at least by themselves. There wasn't really a good representation of an orc god above or below the tree, so I decided to take it into my own hands. And what I wanted, well, I couldn't just stay there. That's not what I wanted. So now I just want to live amongst my people. Maybe as a god, but at least I'm closer to them. For now, I don't really have much of a plan. I just wanted to get that dragon out of my home, my ancestral home. But because I had so little people or worshiping me, I didn't have the strength to kick her out. That's mostly it. I just want to live with my people without something causing a ruckus. For bird people, As I said, we're from this desert of the Blue Dragons in Vanaheim. We are more or less in a similar position. For what you may or may not know this, but we don't exactly have easily scalable or objects to gain godhood. It's a lot harder of a process, especially when and part of that process involves you having to grab followers, worship you like gods. Ironically, desert has many would-be gods, but it's a war down there between the dragons who claim themselves as the true rulers and those who wish to actually have gods. It's a war to see who will actually become the true gods of the desert. Though the desert is vast, doesn't stop anyone from trying to have complete control over it. So we wish to expand outside of the desert. So that way we can at least bolster our forces without killing our own subjects just to get more. It's not really a gain, is it? So So we're just looking for people who suit the needs. We figured the further north we get, the safer our the safer bet we'll have people who will be less involved in the wars and more involved in the prayers. That's the idea, to bolster our forces in the war of the desert. And of course, Cloud, my pantheon's not really much of a collective group. Each god is scattered with throughout the each god is scattered throughout Valgrind. Each one semi-worshipped by the nomads that circle around. As chief god, it's basically my duty to make sure everyone is safe. Every god is safe and accounted for. If one, if we gain one, then I have to be notified of it. If we lose one, I have to understand why and how I could have better kept them safe. But even that's not enough. Despite the fact that I do have worshippers, unlike some, territory is now what I need to expand my reach so that the nomads can have at least more places to bunker down without the Hydra nipping at their heels. This was the last place. This was one of the two places that I had no control, true control over.
So, if I'm getting this right, he looks to the orc lady who says, "You became a god to try to right an ancient wrong,
No,
keeping
so
people
Ront,
safe to be among them."
no, so Ront was the one who became a god to do that. The female god, the goddess, is more of like a secondary. She's under Ront, but the idea is still the same.
Okay. Well, he looks at that group. He says, "You lot became gods to give representation to your people, to be, well, in your case, to become a chief god for your people, and to live among them and protect the lands that you've known as home for who knows how long. You lot are coming from a battleground, trying to gain more power to even the playing field a bit. And you are trying to expand your influence as well as your physical territory as a means of better communication and protection for the people that live in your realm. Am I getting that right?"
Yeah, and if you didn't see, I asked everyone to roll history check, specifically for Ront, the orcs, um, particular statements.
I'm not gonna roll. Ramirez would
Oh,
not. I'm never gonna roll. Ramirez would not know anyway. I guess maybe she can roll because
I am quite smart.
yeah, she could roll.
So why do you think Romilius wouldn't know?
Ramirez isn't very much into reading books. If he'd know anything, it had to be like through stories.
Well,
So
history isn't necessarily books smarts. And by that I mean like just because you didn't read it in a book doesn't mean you don't know about it.
fair, okay. It's just
there's
that
also anecdotal history.
I could roll history then. It's just like stud. This is like studying stuff. It's not something that Ramirez do. He may have heard through a story or something. So I could roll an 8.
I was gonna say like this thing isn't necessarily something you guys didn't this is
Have
something that
close.
you guys have learned via through osmosis. Jesus Christ.
Alright.
Awful right now.
All right, Purvis, you're only hope.
Are
Purvis,
there any modifiers that you're supposed to add for your history roll?
It's
Are we
intelligence.
missing someone? I feel like we're missing someone. Oh,
yeah,
right.
Gabby,
Yeah,
Gabby,
yes,
your
we are.
your
Hey,
um your girlfriend.
Yeah.
proficiency bonus, for example, or initiative,
It's
oh
intelligence.
just intelligence. All right. And I
my
come with
god.
like a boost in the
Mishi
pretty.
coming in with that save. God, it's killing me. I hate it. Um, Mishi, when Ron is telling the story about how they wanted gods because they didn't have one for a long time, this connects back to the story of Fenrir and his slaughtering of a lot of old gods.
Oh.
It's highly likely that one of the gods that Fenrir slayed, was the orc pantheon, was the old orc pantheon.
Could you repeat that? I'm sorry.
The orc pantheon was uh, the old orc pantheon was probably slain by Fenrir.
Hmm. I say this to my friends. The old orc Pac-Man was probably played by Fenrir, so they probably won't be too kind for us if we since our general position in regards to Fenrir, the good dog there.
So so Ramirez will at for my response to that, Ramirez will ask out loud. I don't see many I don't see many I don't see many people. I don't see many non orcs here. And there is a peculiar this peculiar scent coming from the coming from the
Holding so
holding cells. Coming from the holding cells. Why do you have Dragonborn in in your holding cells?
prisoners of prisoners of a conquest.
Prisoners of Conquest. Okay, then in that case, are all of your people there? Are all the people you're holding there?
Until we figure something else out. We've been mostly discussing for this whole time, so we didn't really have a chance to think about what we would do for people in there.
Could you? Hmm. Could we convince you to let them go?
Oh shoot! And and the female orc. Why would we want? Why would we allow you to do that?
Why do you want to keep them?
Well, we don't keep them because we want to. We keep them there because we don't know what else to do with them. Or at
Well,
the
what?
very least, we haven't had a chance to figure out what we're gonna do with them.
Well, give me an idea. I'm fairly new to war. I'm quite I'm, about my race is quite short lived. You see, I'm not very experienced. What? Give me an example of something that you would do to them.
Enslave them, kill them, probably enslave them for the simple fact that hum, humanoid labor is not something you just want to get rid. You don't want to pass up. Free labor, that's the word.
Ah, unfortunate. How? In that case, hmm.
Can I ask them, please let them go?
You can ask them, will it be successful? That's the question.
Can I convince them? Can I ask them really, really nice?
But like, why? What is still the question on the board? Why do you want? Like, why should we let them go?
Keeping people in prison is never nice. You know. No, 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 I got it. I got it. It would be far more work to hold them in prison than to just let them go.
You do realize they just brought up the fact that they can either kill them or make them slaves, right?
Let's.
Oh, well, nobody needs slaves. That's work too, and that puts a damper on your like. That hurts your morality. You know, we want to keep our spirits high. You know, nobody wants to see sad slaves everywhere. You know.
I think you misunderstand what a slave is.
What I'll say is this to all of you. You're all here in this place trying to negotiate some sort of division of the land for your various interests. You are all seeking more power. Why enslave people when you have an opportunity to sort of
We can
sell
better
what you're offering to
all
them?
people.
Wait, what were you saying
Allow
there?
them to live in
Uh,
allow them to live in freedom under your rule. Show them that your godhood is a benefit to them. They turn into followers for you. Why make unnecessary enemies? I mean, yeah, it might be a difficult turnaround considering the circumstances we're in, but you have nothing but time. They a bit more limited in that sort.
It's because of that difficult circumstance that makes it difficult. Sure, we got nothing but time, but given this particular circumstance, it's not exactly that simple. After all, we're talking about a city that spent years fighting the orcs on one hand, and then on the other, we're talking about someone, say, us, the birds, and we're looking at possible, but, well, again, it's more of a question of who actually gets what. And even then, free labor is never something you turn down too easily. But maybe you're right. And completely enslaving them would be, as far as godly interest, would not be good for us in the long run.
I mean, considering what I said about time again, eventually, even if you do enslave them all, you're guaranteed to get at least a few followers from the lot just for the sake of convenience of you being so close, almost through osmosis.
But
But
Cloud brings up, and we still can't decide how we want to split up the land. I'm still, well, in it for all of it.
yes, unfortunately, I don't think there's any way that that is going to happen reasonably easily for you, Cloud.
Yeah.
This offer to join a pantheon or to merge pantheons, whatever you wish to do here, it's better than holding out for something that's likely not going to come, at least not without yet another series of battles, if not a war. And if you merge forces, the followers get shared around. It's more power for all of you.
The orc side, specifically Ron says, I can't afford a war. That's why it's the whole reason I didn't attack Kuyufa this entire time.
That's another question I have for you, just out of curiosity. You're coming from a war zone. You're coming pretty much across the continent looking for followers. What have you done to gain the followers already involved?
Talking with Iki speaking, it's not like we don't have any followers. And it's not like we can't gain new ones, but considering you're in a desert, so running into people is not exactly easy. The fact that there are always dragons flying around, so that's something you gotta be concerned about. And the fact that different war god factions are always warring for supremacy, yeah, kind of makes it difficult to keep followers alive.
And there it is again. Why does it seem like no matter where we go, no matter what group of gods we run into, there's always someone fighting to be on top?
Because there is a top. There is a singular point where you can always be above all. There's never just one god or one pantheon.
Seems to me like you're just adding a bunch of responsibility to yourself.
It,
Sure.
the golden bird. Power comes with responsibility. The fact that we are gaining more power, the fact that we are growing in size means that that responsibility will grow with it.
You're saying with
Just
all
seems
that
like a
responsibility comes with a lot of power.
Yes.
yeah, that is the nature of power. I get that. I don't get the desire of power for the sake of power. But maybe that's just me.
I doubt anyone. Cloud speaks. I doubt anyone's here for the sake of power. And even if they were, it's always a bit more complicated than that. For the sake of power will eventually lead to some other alternative reason. Because power is a tool, not an end goal.
With great
Oh, look at you
responsibility
stepping
comes
away
a
from the
lot of.
cynicism for a little bit.
Say again?
I look at Cloud, I said, oh, look at you stepping away from the cynicism for a bit.
It's the truth.
Love you, Cloud. So,
You're
as far
acting
as
like Gabby.
Mhm. Yeah, no, so I know I was gonna look to Romelius. Everything all right, man?
Yeah, just some things are coming across my mind. It's all. It's some something is irking me, but we're in the middle of negotiations. I can't bring it up right now.
You might as well
Uh,
go ahead and speak, little mouse, says the orcs. Unless it's really something you don't want to talk about. If you're gonna bring it up, you might as well get it off your chest.
if you want, you can just speak it to us up front and make it into a thing chat there.
But yeah, no one's pushing you, but the orc is like, if you're gonna bring it up anyway, just say it. But if you don't want to, but if it's like really important, you don't have, no one's forcing you.
It's hmm. After your ancestral after you regain your ancestral lands, it's of course it's very sad that your ancestral lands were taken from you long ago. However, after you regain them, what is after that? Do you keep them? There'll be more fights. There'll be more fights over it. The you left there is a lot of unhappy people around. I will say.
As long as long as the land doesn't alter, they can take back Kuyufa for all I care. But I did fight tooth and nail just to get this place.
Wait, there's subtext. There's subtext to the question. Well, okay, I did not get the subtext to it. Uh, I'm stupid, Nick. I'm sorry. I'm not smart enough for that.
Cornelius, what is going on?
Oh, I didn't know there was subtext to it.
No, okay, the thing is, I was trying to avoid a deception roll, but whatever. I'm asking, is everything okay? I'm trying to find out how the evacuation is going.
Oh, okay. So the thing is, evacuation has not even been called yet, right? There's orcs everywhere. If so, okay. Ramirez doesn't even have anything to say about that. Say about that anyway, right? Ramirez doesn't have anything to say about that anyway. Um,
Well,
Ramirez.
like they would have been doing it this whole time. If we're just sitting here talking to them for like
Yeah,
30 minutes,
that was the point.
getting nothing done.
Yeah, that's what Ramirez said that he can't say this from the group. He can't talk in front of everybody.
Okay,
So there was some text Ramirez was saying as well, right? But now Ramirez just bull crapping, honestly. Ramirez just
yeah,
talking just for the sake of talking, just so that he actually has something to say.
I was hoping. I just wanted to confirm that you actually got it.
I did get that, but the
Nick,
subtext behind
don't
that,
you have message too?
Ramirez does not have a
Yes, but
message
I'm trying not
called
to
Nick.
use a message in the context, or like in a room full of gods, because they
Yeah,
could probably detect the magic.
yeah, and message you still have components. So you still do like the incantation to do the message. Like you still do like the hand motions, whatever. I don't know what components it is, but it's still like emotion. It's still something that they can see you do. They can still see you cast
You
a
know,
spell.
it's literally
Okay.
just pointing.
Or pointing. If okay,
Yeah,
if it's just pointing, then even then that's probably not the smartest idea. We just start shooting finger guns at each other.
yeah,
um, but Ramirez, but then but then Ramirez will say that Ramirez still does ask
that question.
Ramirez does ask what are you going to do afterward, and then
His essential answer is like,
uh,
I'll rest on a grateful universe. um,
he
but
he did. Oh wait, no, you'd already answered because he said he
he
doesn't care
basically
to take
said
it back.
like, they can take it back if they want, but like after fighting for it for so much, and the fact that it is an established city, I'd rather they not even try. Um,
Oh, well, I
so
could tell you I could tell you that you're going to have people who are going to try to take it back. There are
so
people
with
there.
with that, you guys are still standing in the middle of this conversation. Um, it is 12:02, and I had a day, so um,
Quite
we'll
the day.
we'll
Yeah.
end it here, picking it up for next time. Hopefully, hopefully, Gabby will be here to insert her, uh, or actually, we can like send her like messages and ask her on as we go along. But next time, basically, I'm going to have it to where you guys have a choice, right? Because at this point, you guys have been doing good in terms of like talking to them and hearing them out. And now that you know like where they stand and all this, um, you guys have to figure out how you're gonna solve this problem if you can at all.
So the thing is, this is evolved from just a regular war to like to an actual race war against like against against uh enslaving orcs.
Enslaving works.
Or orcs that slave others. Because I don't think because I think this is the first place that we ran into that actually has slaves other than the dark elves, drow.
Well, technically, they don't have slaves yet.
Not
They
yet.
just are very open to the idea that, like, oh yeah, slaves, yeah, slaves.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, man, slaves.
but but that whole thing. By the way, Nick,
Yeah,
everything Ramirez is saying has subtext to it. Okay, I'll tell you that much, right?
yeah,
Yeah, Ramirez asking where the civilians were being kept. That was just so that they know where they are, right?
yeah,
they're all by the way, they're all in the holding cells. And that's a big issue because now we got to kill orcs. However, the orcs are a big issue because now we know that the only reason orcs wanted to was because their ancestral lands were taken away, which is like, huh? Which,
yeah. I
which
was thinking that too.
yeah, it's like, huh? Dang.
Like, oh boy,
Yeah, it's like, huh? So I think as Ramirez can't
damn it,
say this out
Jafir.
loud in the room full of people, he can't just whisper. He can't just whisper to them either.
Hmm.
Because that'll be really suspicious. Just a mouse whispering on your shoulder every time they say something.
Yeah,
Yeah. So Ramirez, um, my one plan with Ramirez was I was gonna try to have get Ramirez to go talk to Orc guy alone because the one thing even from the very beginning that I said is that I think we should have just told the Orc guy the truth and hope he went with us went along with our plan.
honestly.
Yeah,
No, I
but honestly,
I was calling it.
yeah,
No, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, and I'll let these guys handle it. I'll just have Vermilion State go along for the ride.
But yeah,
No,
we'll figure out
I
how.
followed that part. Go ahead, Jalen.
But I was just gonna say for next time, your guys' goal is to try and find a way to essentially get everyone on the same page because there is a route you guys can take where you can get everyone on the same page without like going to war. If you can do that,
Like loudly?
if you can get through that one needle point, then you guys are getting something great out
Yeah,
of it. But like
that's gonna be tough though.
this is a very domino this is a very volatile domino effect situation you're in. Because while everyone here has good intentions, if you don't do the right thing, oh. Now I'm not saying you
I
can't
think we
get
could.
anything good out of it, but oh boy.
Yeah, somebody's gonna short end unless everybody gets their hand in the power. No, somebody's gonna get screwed over.
Mm-hmm.
Essentially because of what you guys have been able to listen to and deem, you guys have more like you guys have more power than you think right now.
Yeah.
Um, in terms of how this will all play out. And I'm very curious how you'll manage to piece it all together. But until next time.